Hulu has the most incredible documentary called In Vogue, the 90s. If you love fashion, this is for you. This is part 2 because I'm going to be unpacking each episode. I believe there's 6 episodes. I already have part 1 posted, but let's get right into it. Again, if you love fashion, this is a documentary for you. I also just want to mention that most of the supermodels of the 90s are in the documentary, which makes it even better. Part 2 definitely starts with a bang, and we talk all things Edward Edenfull. What I didn't know about Edward is, and if you don't know, he was the editor-in-chief at British Vogue. He was covering ID magazine, and I believe now he is at W magazine. But he started off as a model. Like, how cool is that? He was a model, and he actually was one of the ones who started up ID, one of the most iconic magazines of the 90s. And what's really cool about ID is their iconic wink. And I thought Kate Moss had a really cute story. So if you watch it, you will love it. But I mean, the wink was kind of a staple within the magazine. Thanks to Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, the grunge era became a thing. And honestly, I was obsessed with the grunge era. I mean, I grew up in the 90s. So seeing this couple, this powerhouse, it was amazing to watch. But also, Anna Wintour was not a fan of the grunge era because fashion is seen as unattainable. So seeing just anybody be able to pull off a high fashion look just did not sit well with her. I mean, we couldn't get over Courtney Love's style. The socks, the dresses. She would wear the little tiaras. I mean, her style was something that we could all easily recreate. Throw on a flannel and call it a day. Marc Jacobs, who was at Perry Ellis at the time, did a whole grunge era on the runway, which again was so crazy, so unheard of. Imagine, like, this was runway. This was couture then. It's wild because, again, it was something that we could easily recreate, and it became a time where fashion was not high-end. In a sense, it was something that pretty much anybody could achieve. I'm sorry, but this is so good. This was the 90s, and it's still so good. They even did a whole spread on it inside of Vogue magazine. Naomi Campbell said she was so excited to shoot this, and I can see why. I mean, the plaids, the boots, the beanies. The documentary then goes into Alexandra McQueen, who was definitely a rebel at the time, giving us these wild looks that no one had ever seen before. They were definitely pushing the boundaries with their fashion. Part 2 of the documentary ends with Stella McCartney, who, if you didn't know, Paul McCartney's daughter. A lot of people thought because of her name, she was given, kind of a rise very early on because she is a McCartney. But she put in the work. She did schooling. She did her graduate show. But she was one of the only ones who had Naomi Campbell and Kate Moss in her show because she was friends with them in real life. So it just made sense. And she knew she was going to get backlash for that, but she did anyway because she said, why wouldn't I want them in my show? This was her graduate show looks. I mean, this is so good. I'm obsessed with it. It's gorgeous. She actually went on to be the creative director for Chloe, and the rest is history. Part 2 was incredible, but part 3 is next.